friend can save you now, Optimus. And I'll make sure he doesn't try anything cute.
I'll make double sure.
Optimus, there may not be much time. I have something to tell you.
Magnus, please, help me.
I don't know if I can, Prime. I've come to make amends.
You have?
Yes, and I'm sorry. I didn't have to be jealous.
That's very good to hear, brother. But I don't understand what changed your mind about me.
I've seen some of the good deeds that you've done for the people of this planet. I can no longer be jealous when you clearly deserve your glory. Forgive me, brother, and accept my apology.
Thank you, Ultra Magnus. I do, yes.
You're just as gullible as you always were, Prime. Now that your defenses are minimal, I'll absorb all your energy.
No, stop.
And once this force fusion between us is complete, I will be invincible! After I drain your energy, I'll take the Matrix and return home as the rightful king of Cybertron.
You'll regret this, Ultra Magnus.
I really doubt it.
Ultimate Energy Combiner, Omega Prime!
What is that?
Huh? What happened? I don't know.
No, my. This is either really good or completely catastrophic.
What happened here?
Optimus? Is that you?
What's going on out there, Ty?
I can't believe it! Look! Magnus merged with Optimus!
But why? What does he want?
My readouts show an amazing amount of energy!
I feel twice as strong now! I'll have no trouble securing the Matrix and bringing it back to Cybertron! Something's stopping me! I can't move!
Ultra Magnus, you forget the nature of my energy doesn't change just because you own it. We must work together now and fight the same enemies.
I'll never fight alongside you, Optimus! Not ever!
You're wrong, Magnus.
Don't just stand there! Get him, Decepticons! Don't hold back! That's it! No! Is that all you've got?
Oh, no. This doesn't look good. This may be the catastrophic part.
You first, Megatron! Omega Kick! You've had a taste. Now it's time for the main course. Omega Arsenal Blast!
This has gone far enough, Prime! Omega's energy belongs only to me!
No, Magnus. It belongs to us.
Retreat! Retreat! All Decepticons withdraw! True Nation retreat! Next time, Optimus! Next time! Wait for me!
Goodbye, Ultra Magnus. Goodbye, my brother.
Okay, that was your introduction to Omega Prime, who's right here on screen. Thank you for tuning in. This has been the Omega Prime unboxing. There he is. Giggity. Hang on. Oh, I need to put the music back on. I knew something was wrong. There we go. Right, good evening. Welcome, Space Bunny. Welcome, Versace. Hope you guys are doing well. This Ultra Magnus is a dick. He is indeed a dick in the show. There's quite a lot unique about the Robots in Disguise cartoon. Namely, Optimus and Ultra Magnus combine, which I don't think was really a thing before. They haven't really done it since either, not that I know of. Although it is actually an interesting throwback to the Generation 1 era from the 80s, because the Ultra Magnus toy, the truck cab at the front, was basically Optimus Prime, just painted white, and that's why so many Optimus Primes get painted into a white colour scheme to like be like a cash-in Ultra Magnus. And that would obviously combine with the Ultra Magnus armour, so you can kind of see, this is an Optimus Prime combining with some Ultra Magnus. And yeah, it pitches Autobots versus Predacons, which hasn't really been a thing before. And the Decepticons didn't enter the fray until already partway through the cartoon. And that was Ruination and Scourge. So Scourge was kind of the black-looking Optimus Prime, and Ruination is it's effectively the Combaticons from G1. Like, the toys even reused the same mold from the 80s to make Ruination, so they just had a different colour scheme. And yeah, Ultra Magnus is an asshole. So he and Optimus Prime are brothers in this. They were created at the same time by Alpha Trion. But when it came time for the next Autobot leader to be chosen, obviously the Matrix chose Optimus Prime, meaning Ultra Magnus kind of went on a bit of a jealous rage. He ended up kind of not being a very nice guy to anyone, and kind of isolated himself because of it. So in the events of the cartoon, he tracks down Optimus Prime and is like, give me the Matrix, no. And then it gets to this bit where, in the scene I just showed you, which was the Omega Prime debut, the Predacons are about to overwhelm Optimus Prime. They think they've got him trapped. Magnus capitalizes on that moment of weakness in Prime to be like, right, now's my chance, I'm going to steal your power. Little does he know that because they're brothers, they share the power, and they become Omega Prime. It's a pretty cool moment. Honestly, there's some pretty cool moments in the whole show. One day we'll do a watch party of Robots in Disguise. There's only like 30-something episodes, so not really that many. I think Transformers Armada has a lot more. But anyway, we are here to do the unboxing of the HasLab version of what you see here. And what you see here is the 2001 version. This thing is 24 years old. It definitely shows sign of aging. You've got some floppy bits. Same. There's some discoloration. The chrome isn't as shiny as it used to be. There's pieces missing. It's very creaky and very wobbly. But it is Omega Prime, and I thought it'd be nice to compare the two at the end of the unboxing. But yeah, I had this as a child. Not these exact versions, but I bought these later to add back into my collection. But I had this Omega Prime when I was a kid, and it was fucking incredible. It blew my little mind, it did. And, to be fair, it still does. It's amazing that they were able to produce something like this that long ago. The Transformers Armada stuff wasn't as articulated or as what's the word? Transformers Armada had a lot going for it, but they didn't do it as good as this. And they didn't really do it as good as this until much later. I think this was a kind of a high point. But I think what made Robots in Disguise not work as well, it was the very first cartoon to be dubbed into English after a Japanese release, which again hadn't been done before. Certainly it never happened officially for Headmasters, Victory, stuff like that, all the stuff from the 80s through to the 90s. And yeah, I had some Transformers before knowing Transformers Armada, and when Transformers Armada came along, this was still there. This was still in shops, and I was able to get them both and be like, wow, this is really cool. Oh, they're not in Transformers Armada. Oh, well, they're still Transformers. They're still cool. And I never ended up seeing the show. In fact, I don't even remember the show being broadcast on telly. The Robots in Disguise show, I mean, from 2001. But Transformers Armada was, which is why I was still very much Armada-oriented. So that's my backstory on Omega Prime. What we're going to see here is effectively it's been remade with modern engineering, modern materials. There's quite a lot that's different, and we are going to have to do a little bit of surgery as well on one of the figures, which I'll explain when we get there. Yeah, let's move this guy to the side, and hopefully he won't fall over on us. Good evening, Vicky, welcome. We've got the Optimus Prime base mode. I'll move this to the side as well. Put that over here. That clip was very anime drama. It was, wasn't it? You could tell that the dubbing was like just filler because you couldn't really get the right English dialogue over how long the Japanese sentence was. Kinda. That's my theory anyway. Right, here we are. Ooh. Here's the Omega Prime box. So HasLab is effectively like a Hasbro crowdfunder. The other HasLabs they've done, I think that they did a giant size Sentinel from X-Men, and that was really big. I think they did a Galactus as well. Those have both been done on HasLab. They've also done quite a few Transformers by now. The first one was a giant Unicron, which I didn't get. Didn't particularly want that one because it's just impractical, and it was like £1,000. No. They've done Deathsaurus, which is a fucking epic name. That's from one of the Japanese cartoons. They did Victory Saber from Transformers Victory. What else have they done? Oh, the one that's currently in production is Leo Kaiser, who is a combiner from, again, I think that's also from Transformers Victory. Can't lift £1,000. Very funny. Very funny. Yeah, this one, the backing for this one opened up in March last year. That's how long I've been waiting for this, and that's why I'm cancelling Aliens Fireteam Elite tonight, just so I can open this. Jamie and Gregory were going to join me, and I was like, so guys, there's been a development. I will be dropping out this evening. But they were fine with it, and in some ways it actually was beneficial for them, so yeah. So there's obviously the front showing some artwork of Omega Prime and Bluebolts. And then on the side here we've got Optimus Prime in his like basic form. And then on the back we've just got some images of themselves. So what you get is Omega Prime, a display stand, some modular road pieces. Well, actually, it's what the RID space bridge was. It was literally just like a warp tunnel that just happened to have a road on it. And that's how they were able to get around the planet so quickly. So you've got some different display options. You got Optimus Prime with his super mode. You also get a little Cerebros. So in the Robots in Disguise cartoon, it did feature Fortress Maximus. So you had Cerebros, who was like the main component. This was like the key to Fortress Maximus. Transformed into the head of what was called the Emissary, and the Emissary was what Fortress Maximus's head was. But they kind of skipped over Emissary and went straight into Fortress Maximus, who appeared in the show as well. So you don't get Fortress Maximus, obviously, but you do get a little Cerebro, so it's a nice little nod to the cartoon. I guess they had some room during development to throw something else in, and they threw in Cerebros. Why not make them keep me alive while you unbox? Challenge mode. You mean I've got to watch someone else unbox it? Not on your Nelly. Bluebolts is a new addition to this. So you've obviously Omega Prime over here has this gun set. In the show, it's non-transforming. It's just Ultra Magnus's weaponry. But for this, they turned it into like a weaponizer. So Bluebolts is modular and can be taken apart, so you can attach different pieces to different things. You can kind of jazz up an existing figure, or arrange the components in a different way, just for playability value. And then, of course, we get Ultra Magnus, aka legs for days. And speaking of Ultra Magnus, he's on this side here, thrusting his abdomen forwards in true anime style. Now, I suppose it's time I open it. At long last, a year and a half in the making, or thereabouts. So we've got, more than one box. So there's going to be different things in here. Oh god. That's a cool way to box it up. Ow. So, I'll just have a peek and see who this is. Right, good. This is actually the one we need first. So I'll leave that here. Whoops. Oh god. I'm going to have to pay attention to see if my phone stops working, because the cable it's currently charging on is it's starting to go wrong, so my phone isn't always charging when it should be. Oh no, I opened Discord by accident. Stop it. Come back. Come back, please. Oh, it says not connected. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. We good? Yep, we're good. Right, cool. So I'm going to need that in a second. Then this must be... God, they're packed like a subway. Oh my god, yeah. Some assembly required, by the looks of it. So, I think I know what this is as well. Oh, yeah. No, we'll save that for later. Definitely. And these must be those road pieces I mentioned. See, this is more like a pizza box. Oh yeah, there you go. You get Bluebolts, and you get those road pieces as well, and the ever important instructions. But before I get into anything, I'm going to get the surgery stuff out of the way first, which, as it happens, is on Optimus Prime. So we're technically getting Optimus Prime out first, but I'm not going to have a proper look at it until later. Right now, I just want to get the awkward bit done. So, unfortunately, it's just a quality control issue that a lot of the US backers had, because the US got theirs first. I'm going to move the base mode somewhere else. I don't really know where else to put it. It's going on the floor. So, basically, there's a component inside Optimus Prime's abdomen which was fitted too tightly, and during transformation processes it was causing cracks to appear on the front of the figure, which is a really shitty thing to happen. It only a few people reported it, so when you think about the number of people who actually own it, only a few people are complaining about it. So maybe not all of them are like that. Me, I'm not taking that chance, so I'm going to take it apart, the bit that's affected, and just see for myself if it's okay. I don't just want to go ahead and transform him and then break something. Lord knows I paid enough money for it. So, yeah, it's a bit of a shame that I have to do that. I'm going to do it properly. I've got like different pots here to put the screws in, just so I get it all back together the same way. But at least once it's done, I'll be able to enjoy the figure in its entirety. So, I mean, it'll be nice to see Optimus Prime in his vehicle mode all the same. Oh, there's some assembly required here as well. Let me get these real quick, if I can. Yeah, here we go. We've got these little gun pieces here. They are very shiny. I think I know where they're going to go. So we'll do that later. Ugh. right in the bottom, we've got his little pew pew. Yep, nothing else in there. We've got to take some pieces off. Can these just tear off, or? Oh, I think they can. Just got to find the point of tearing it. No. Could you pass me the scissors, please? Thank you. This is probably a lot safer as well. I won't damage the figure by stretching plastic over it. Okay, there we go. Okay. And then this. And that. I think that's all of it. Yep. Wonderful. So these attach onto the side of the Optimus Prime Super Mode head. Okay, so I mean we're getting a look at the fire truck mode early on, but that's fine. The bit I need to do the surgery on is actually on the front, so I'm going to need to check the instructions to find out how to detach this, because I don't. Even though the a lot of the figure is going to be the same visually as the original, the transformation is not the same. Oh, a little bit of tissue paper. Bless you. Oh my god, no. Is it one instruction sheet for all three? Oh my god, I think it is. And then... oh, I don't know, maybe. Ultra Magnus gets his own bit. Let's see. Hang on. Oh, jeez. God, yeah, it's showing assembling the Matrix blade, attaching different pieces, showing the display options. Boy, oh boy. Showing all the different pieces that move for Optimus Prime. Oh, I didn't see Cerebros anywhere. But I don't think he's actually in any of the packaging we've retrieved so far. Unless he's... no, he's not here yet. Oh, here we go. Here's all the Optimus Prime stuff. Okay. Here we go. So... untab that. Untab that. Why is this bit stuck on so tight? Blimey. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna move these components because, again, what I need right now is just the cab. And I am gonna have to partly transform him on his way to robot mode in order to do this. Yeah, take that out. These bits down. Tissue paper says, "Help! I'm stuck in a Transformers factory." I didn't actually read if it. I didn't see if anything read on it. They tried asking for help, but I was just too excited for my new Transformer. So if someone is stuck in the factory, well, someone else will help. Okay. So far, the transformation has been the same as the original. Okay, so this here, this grey bit here, this is the one that's been causing the problems. And thankfully, this piece on my Prime is actually okay. Yeah, it's not particularly loose at the moment, but that's the bit that I need to take apart. So... there we go. Oh, interesting. This bit doesn't lift up like the old one did. So it looks like to get to this cavity, I have to take this whole assembly off. Yeah, that's why it's a lot more involved than I thought. Okay, it's fine. Let's make a start. Gotta find the right piece that'll get these screws off. Okay. You know, one good thing about America getting theirs first is that this problem got raised before the UK one hit, which meant that we were prepared for it. Okay, it's just one screw in that side. There's a screw here. I don't even know if I can get to that. That's awkward. Yeah, there we go. There's one in here. Okay, are these all the same length so far? Yes, they are. Good. Right, is that all of it? Just looking out for any more screws I may have missed. Oh, there we go. Oh, right, it's in two different pieces. Okay, cool. Okay, it's fine. We can assemble it. We can assemble this back the way it came. Hello, Venomane. Good evening. Welcome. Okay, so that's for those bits, and then this will be for here. So there's a lot to get through. Let's start from up here. I realised I could have done this after the unboxing. It would have meant having to go through the transformation at least once, but if once is enough to crack the front of this thing, then it's ruined forever. So I'd rather get this done just in case, and see if there is still an issue with it. Because at least then if I can rule it out, then I'm like, okay, no, it's fine. And then I can just put it back together and enjoy it as it was intended. We do have to boo Hasbro a little bit for not addressing this. I mean, I suppose they can't. I mean, that's what quality control is. You do get some that slip through the net, but if it was enough of a common issue for enough people to report it, you know, for it to be newsworthy, you'd think that Hasbro would like respond to that in some way, but they didn't. Okay, so I can't. Can I get these ones? Ooh, just about. I don't know if his arm section will come off. Okay. Right. I'm not sure about those grey bits because they're clearly on a separate piece of plastic, so I'm going to keep working on the back here. And then we'll see if it wants to come apart. Right, there's a couple more down here, but I don't think my screwdriver, because this bit's too thick, it won't actually go into that little hole there. So I'm going to have to find a different screwdriver. Bear with. Oops. This should do it. Hasbro. We're going to need an asterisk for display purposes only and not for transforming. Yeah. What about Obelix? Nice. Right, yeah. That should do. It's a bit gnarly, but as long as it gets the screw out, that's the main thing. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Why is my phone doing that? Oh, something about volume. But that's fine. I don't need it to have volume. Why is it doing that? Right, bear with. I think it must have been doing something on the holder that I've got. Okay, there we go. Right, I took all the screws out that I think are affecting. Yep, I can see the shoulders starting to come apart. So let's move those just to one side like that. Oh, thinking about it now, those grey bits probably are holding the whole thing together, so let's take those out. These are different, so these are going to go in a eggy cup. These ones are shorter than the ones I've taken out so far. Alright, yay. So, the problem piece is actually this bit. It comes around the back. Basically, I'm going to have to hold it this way. Where this grey piece slides up and down against these teeth, it's been too tight. And it's been causing those teeth to flex and break. And again, the force of it was causing cracking in the chest piece. So the answer to that is to sand this down at the edges so that it slides up and down nice and smoothly here. Yeah, so it doesn't ruin the integrity of the figure. You can still transform it with that bit sanded down. I'm going to take it out, get some sandpaper, and just sand it down a bit. And this is one screw on its own, but for safety, put it in its own cuppy. Oh, does the whole bit need to come apart to get that out? Okay, fine. Okay, there we go. Right, Well, for this bit, I may as well BRB to go and sand it down, because I'm going to do it over the bin and stuff, so I'll be back in a second and we'll put them all back together. Right, well, that actually went pretty well. Didn't take too long to sand it down, and then you'll see if I take these pieces. There's nowhere near as much friction, but again, it doesn't compromise the figure, so I can now put it all back together. Starting off with this. Got to make sure it's facing the right way. No, it was correct the first time. There we go. And that's these ones. Quote 288. To boldly go where no hole has gone before. Okay. And a duck fact. Harlequin ducks nest in rocky crevices along streams and dive to the bottom of the roaring water to feed on invertebrates. I think I've had that one semi-recently. I kind of remember it. When they're done, they walk upstream. Nice. They don't skip leg day. Okay. Yep, good. That's part one. One cup down. Next one is, well, it was this whole segment, wasn't it? So yeah, that's where that goes when fully extended. Like that. The arms are separate. Right, so this will only be for this bit, okay. And that's these two little ones here. When I've put this together, I should hopefully be able to experience the benefit of what I've just done. Did I enjoy rubbing down Prime's abs with sand? It was actually, it was more like his spine, I guess. To sand down his spine. Ooh, that didn't feel good. I almost dropped it. Thank God for a magnetized screw head. Yeah, that's working as intended, I believe. Okay, next is to put everything back to get the arms back on. So like that. And that was everything in here. I am glad I sorted the screws out into different pots. Well done me for thinking of that. That's the bit that requires my other tool. I'll tighten those in a bit. We're bringing a Prime back from the jaws of cracked plastic. Again, I'll tighten that one later. People send me their damaged Transformers for repair. That'd be a pretty fun job. But knowing me, I'd be like, I know how to fix this, and I would just make it worse, and then I have to fix it like for extra. But then maybe I could charge more. Nah, if you do come across a broken Transformer, or if you have a broken Transformer, it doesn't take much to fix it. Not really, as long as you can identify the problem. I mean, if it's like a snapped broken piece, we've got 3D printing now. You can probably just like print out a new piece for it. Okay, 3 screws left. Oh yeah, this bit. I just realised something. I'm struggling to see OBS, and that's because I haven't moved it to my other monitor. Whoops. Okay, there we go. I can actually read chat now, and I've got a better idea of what you guys can see on screen as well. Last screw. Where does that go? Here. There we go. All present and accounted for. Just make sure they're all nice and tight. Well, I suppose we don't want it too tight, do we? Right, and then just for those last little two at the bottom, I'll use this. Good. Lastly, is putting these back pieces on together. So we know that that goes there, and there's one screw holding all that together. No, it isn't. That isn't right. This has to go on first. There we go, that's all lined up. Okay. Then oops. One was here. Last screw is in here. Good. That's it. That should be it anyway. Again, it's sad that that kind of surgery was required out of the box, but the figure should be better off for it. So I'm going to quickly return him to fire truck form, and then we will proceed through the unboxing as intended. That's fine. That's on a little peg joint there. Yep, that's right. Okay. on, no, that can't be right. That's going to get in the way. Okay, there we go. So we're going to take a closer look at Optimus Prime later. Just got to try and find somewhere to put it. So really, the unboxing is beginning now. Who do I want to start with? Probably Bluebolts. I mean, as cool as she is other, and yes, canonically, she's a she. Oh god, excuse me. Thank you. Okay, so we've got a couple of things here to unpack. There's one piece of the aforementioned transwarp bridge, or space bridge, whichever. Let's get Bluebolts out. How am I supposed to get to that? There we go. I've got down there as well. Excuse me. There we go. She's free. I actually think that is her robot mode. We'll have a look at that in a second. Take a closer look, I mean. Oh, there's Cerebros. Again, we'll look at Cerebros more closer. Take a closer look at Cerebros in a bit. Got some connecting bits here. Some little doohickeys. 2 display stands. These little missiles go with Bluebolts. Ow. This is really packed inside. Okay. Right, that's everything from this little pizza box of goodies. So let's put that down there. We will tidy up. I will tidy up. Sorry. The royal we. God, this is falling down as well. Okay, so all of this is very clever. It's designed so that you could have it displayed like this and have the two robots side by side. You can connect it together and either vehicle will fit on it. Probably not both, sadly. And we've got these to plug in here and then plug that over it. And that locks in like that. And you get these little bits on the end. That's like little ramps. These, I think these are designed for a little extra support for characters that may have incredibly long legs. Looking at you, Ultra Magnus. They are exactly the same, these two pieces. I guess you can use them for both display stands. We'll figure out what these do later on, I think. Because at least in the meantime, the way this works, you take this off, if you can't get it off, and then these slide on like that. And there's your display stand. I don't even know if it's facing the right way. I think they do hold up pretty well on their own 2 feet. This is more of an option for if you want them like posing dynamically or flying, as may be the case. But got it. Still cool. That went in a lot easier than it came out. Alright, we'll keep that there and we can actually use it to display the vehicle modes when we get to them. These I will put to one side. If I can find a side of one to put them on. There we go. Right, so let's start with Cerebros. Cerebros is a headmaster, but in recent years they've been called Titan Masters. In recent years, well, I say recent, it was actually quite a few years ago now. They did a line called Titan's Return, and every figure, every kind of average scale figure came with a little headmaster who would, if you can believe it, turn into the head of a larger figure. So again, Cerebros turns into the head of the emissary, who in turn turned into the head of Fortress Maximus. So obviously I don't have the emissary or Fortress Maximus, but that's the function of Cerebros. Do I want a Fortress Maximus? Yes. Will I get one? Probably not anytime soon. Because I don't even see him for sale anywhere. I think he's a pretty, like, a Fortress Maximus is really imposing. Like he turns into a city and a space station, so he's a pretty big transformer. I mean, you can imagine how big he must get if this turns into the head of a smaller figure, who then turns into a head of Fortress Maximus. Really big. But Cerebros, I believe, does have some playability options with Optimus Prime in particular. So we'll look at him again when Prime is on the table. But the main event of this particular box is Bluebolts, who turns into Ultra Magnus's kind of Gatling cum cannon cum missile launcher. I don't know where these go when Bluebolt... Oh, on the back. Okay. I probably should look at the instructions, shouldn't I? But we'll look at the robot first. There we go. Omega Prime can use Bluebolts as well in different configurations. It's pretty cool having just a little extra robot. Nobody asked for it, but it's cool that it's there and part of the set. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the mic ever so slightly. There we go. But yeah, they didn't have to do this. They could have even cut cost by just having it be one static piece. But this is more interesting, and you've got to respect that. So as I mentioned earlier, Bluebolts is a weaponizer, so deliberately can be torn apart, limb from limb, and you can do different things with different pieces. It's rather cruel, but I don't think Bluebolts minds. You probably could put her arms on her legs and vice versa. We'll make something a little bit cursed, shall we? Oh my god, it'll be like Sebulba, won't it, from Star Wars? Oh god, they keep popping off. That's a problem, clearly. Oops. Why? Why have I done this? Spike built Fortress Maximus on Nebulos from scraps. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not Spike. I am Man Parody. Love it. Right, anyway, let's... Yeah. Excuse me. Let's put her back to original orientation. I don't know if more of Bluebolts comes apart, but definitely that much. So again, you could like take off these arms and legs and attach them to like any figure who has a 5mm port on them. I also put the arms on the wrong way around. Never mind. So she's like average deluxe class size, which is like the go-to standard. Yeah, I think it is a bit of a pain that these missiles keep untabbing from the back. They don't go in super tight, but they also don't go in that loosely. But it is enough to... They fall out quite easily when you're handling the figure. Obviously, being a weaponizer, she's got all these movable parts, disjointed parts. So, a nice elbow bend over 90 degrees. Arm out to the side and rotates there as well. No butterfly joint. The head is on a little bit of a ball joint, but there's not much up or down movement. Can look to the right and left. There you go, see it's coming off again. I'm just going to take them off, because otherwise they're going to fall off and go missing. They should attach better when she's transformed. There is a waist swivel. You'll have to see it. Bit of a good kick there. And I highly suspect a magnificent spread. Indeed. She has a good spread. Really great knee bend, but I think that's due to transformation. Ankle tilt, it only goes that far. Yeah, I don't want to force that, it only goes that far. And I guess a toe bend, but again, that's transformation related. The Gatling gun can rotate independently and pull off independently, as can that. See, I suppose if you have this, you've got like a little secret magnifying glass. Cybertronian magnifying glass, how about that? And this cannon can rotate as well. Very nice. Very good, very nice. I really like Bluebolts. Great little figure. Again, a nice little addition. It's nice that they've given this thing something else to do. Because, I mean, we saw it on the original Omega Prime. It's a great big, like, mess of artillery. So it makes it quite cumbersome. This kind of compartmentalizes it. Like you could take this apart and plug it in anywhere on either figure for storage. So really huge plus there. Right, so I now need to find the instructions for Bluebolts somewhere in this massive paperwork. They are really nice instructions, by the way. Fuck! But they're really nice instructions. Throws them on the floor. That's just showing us how to assemble Bluebolts. This is showing us how to assemble everyone out of the box, basically. Yep, fine. And then on the back is the instructions for Optimus Prime. Okay, that is just Prime. That's just Prime. And here we have Ultra Magnus, but I think this does include Bluebolts. Yeah, there. So hopefully I won't have to open these all the way out. Yeah, okay. So all of this is just Bluebolts, taking up half the instruction sheet. Okay, so we do want to take the arms off and unplug the missiles, but we've done that already. This chest cavity, does that come down? Or is that the back? No, it's the front. There we go. Like that. And then... Oh, and then rotate this all the way like that. And close this back up. Yeah, okay, good. You've got a little handle. Do you think she can go to briefcase mode? Oh my god, she can. She can. There we are. Briefcase mode. For when Ultra Magnus does his business. Probably going to phrase that a little better. Right. Spread these out like this and rotate these like that. Rotate the abdomen around. And then fold the legs out like this. Fold these down, fold the feet up. These just peg in here. See, the original, the white missiles fire, but they are missing in my copies, so I cannot demonstrate that. These just sit in there. These were almost not included. I was reading up on TF Wiki earlier about Bluebolts, and yeah, they almost didn't include these white missile pieces, but due to fan outcry, they added them back in. But it also turned out that they were going to add them in anyway because they found that they had more room on the white plastic layout for when the manufacturing factory prints the pieces. They had a little bit more room on the layouts, so they threw these in. I think it does complete the look, because you are supposed to have the white missiles there. You know, they are part of the look. Okay, put that to one side. Then we take this. No, we don't. We take this. And we move that white bit in there. And rotate this like that. Alright, and then we do the same thing on this side. Right, and then these... Oh yeah, there's a slot there, a tab here, and a peg here, and a hole here. So they lock in like that. This side does it there. Now, I kind of feel like that should be the top, but this is the way it tells you to lay it out. Okay, but then you rotate it this way, and you pop this up as a... Oh god, it's gone in there so tight I can't get it out now. There we go. This is like a targeting computer, or like a what do they call it? Bloody... The name escapes me. Sights. I don't know. You can see what it is. So that's one configuration. It does it shows in the instructions configuring it another way. Yeah, there's 3 different methods by the looks of it. I don't really know what purpose the other ones serve, it doesn't show you, but this is the one that I know the most. So we'll leave Bluebolts like this for now. And now... Oh, those are the Omega Prime instructions, that's right. We will now move on to... okay, I'll put that there. Ooh, Ultra Magnus. The dickhead Ultra Magnus in this incarnation, as we saw in that opening clip. So we got some pieces here. We've got Omega Prime's ears, shiny gold. We won't be able to add these just yet, so I'll put those to one side. Oh god, that's in there somewhere. Very nice shine on the bumper here. This is quite weighty as well. Yeah, the one on the original Omega is quite flimsy, which you would expect after 24 years. But this has some really nice shine on it. I do regret putting my dirty fingerprints all over it. So somewhere in here is... oh, there it is. Ultra Magnus turns into a car transporter. He looks really weird without the bumper on the front. He's like an overbite. Oh dear. He's like he's inbred. It's alright, he and Prime aren't those kind of brothers. Oh dear. Maybe I should look at the instructions before tackling that. Come on, you got any out-of-the-box instructions? No. I think it might be on the other instructions. Ugh. Oh, okay, I had it right the first time. You are supposed to attach the Autobot symbol first. There we go. And then it folds down, and this bends backwards. And tabs on there. There we go. I don't know why that was not assembled already, but it's very easy to get back on. So there's Ultra Magnus as a car transporter or car carrier. He has many wheels. It's quite an interesting look. It's definitely like a futuristic kind of car carrier. Again, even though the original 1980s Ultra Magnus doesn't look a thing like a car transporter, that is his function in vehicle mode. This one just kind of does it a little bit better. A lot of this will probably be similar to the original, so I can figure this out. Yeah, these untab and become like the loading ramp. You fold these out, and you've got... just unclip those, and they fold down there. And it just so happens... this is the reason why I was a little bit late. We have some other early 2000s era Autobots or Transformers that we will of course load onto the onto the ramp. They're kind of the right size. They don't really lock in. They just kind of sit there. I'll tell you what though, Sideburn is actually from Robots in Disguise. And I also got Red Alert. So we've got some Transformers Armada and we've got some Robots in Disguise there as well. Does that? Okay, yeah. So we can sit Red Alert there. We'll load Sideburn. Ooh, does he fit? There's less room in there than I thought. Ooh. It'll do, I think. I don't think it's perfect, but... There we have Ultra Magnus actually doing his job. He uses the car transporter mode to great effect in the actual show. I think when he first appears, he captures the kind of young Autobot brothers from under Optimus Prime's nose because he loads them in on here and then like locks them into place. So yeah, it's actually, you know, it actually serves a purpose for the story beats, you know, rather than just being a vehicle because it's cool. Yeah, there we go. So we'll take these off now. They've served their purpose. Where did I have them? Here. Okay. Oh, I've got to get Sideburn out. Oh, I think Sideburn could go a little bit further in. He just got caught on some 5mm pegs. Anyway. So you can see these come up and tab back into here if you can find it. There. Well, you get the idea. He rolls really well. Not all... hang on, what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Not all 10 wheels are touching the ground at once, but there's enough of them to kind of make up for it, and it rolls pretty well anyway. So if we take Bluebolts, you can see these 2 pegs here. Again, you can do this on the original. You can attach just like that. I mean, you've got it in place of a car, but you do have like a vehicular battle mode, if you will. Yeah. And again, I think because of the modular process surrounding Bluebolts, you could just have it attached to the side. You've got pegs and holes for days. But let's take that off. He's a good weight. I want to say the original might be slightly heavier. I don't know. I can't really compare because they're in Omega Prime configuration at the moment. But it's really solid. The old one, like this entire cab section is separate. Like his arms kind of tuck up under here, and the legs are separate, which kind of plays into the Omega Prime combination. But certainly on the original, you wouldn't be able to shake it about; like it would fall apart. But this, really solid car transporter mode. But he is a transformer. He doth do the transform. So let's get the instructions ready and turn him into a big old robot with long old legs. So first these come up and over like that. And then we want to take this apart. Oh, there we go. Yeah, he's starting to fall forward now. And on this side, Oh, do the wheels slot in, do they? Yeah. Okay, see, that's something the original doesn't do. The original, it just relies on these grey bits pegging into the side of his arms to hold the whole thing together. It works pretty well, but this makes it a lot more secure, which explains why it was so solid. And there we go, we get a little extra cabby bit there. So what bit are we doing first? Looks like we're doing the legs first, so... what bit's that? This? Oh, these bits were tapped into something, I think. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, sure. These come down like that. Rotate these all the way around. Yeah, and then put these down like that. Ugh, fucking hell. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay, this up like that. Right, now we want to pry this whole thing apart. Like that. Easy. Need to figure out how the feet work. But that's that. Yeah, and then these click together there, and they've got a pair of trousers. Yeah, these bits are already facing backwards, so that's fine. And then there we go. Okay, his feet are quite strange, but all it's doing is it's using the Omega Prime feet as ankle supports or heel supports, because the original Ultra Magnus was severely lacking in heel support. He was not very well balanced at all. So that's what we got there. Right, next. I wasn't really paying attention to the instructions there, but I got it right. This bit is very much the same. is that why that comes apart? Because it doesn't sit there properly? The instructions show that this should be flush, but it ain't. Oh, there we go. And I actually just fit it in a bit better than it already was. So there we go, that's that. And then we've got this little bit. Bring it out. And then this. Up and out. Like that. Yeah, up like that. Fold these rear wheels up. And then fold the arms down. And then these come around like this. And tab in like that. These coming together. Yep, that bit I've already done. So here. Pry these apart, move one down if I can. What was that? Oh, right. I don't know if they're going to give. Is that what they're meant to do? There we go. It's just a hell of a snap to it, that's all. There we go. No, hang on. Let's follow the instructions, otherwise I'll get it wrong. Okay, yeah, so I've done that much. Then flip this all over like that. And these are sticking up in the air. Alright, and this does apparently tab into something here, does it? I don't know, it doesn't look like it to me. Oh, or is it? Ah, okay, there we go. Kind of rolls in on itself, and then we get that bit done. And then I imagine this connects somehow as well. Okay. See, because this bit isn't... It's not flat, so it doesn't seem right to me, but I don't know if that's meant to be at an angle. Ah, there we go. Maybe that's done it, kinda. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it takes him definitely more complicated than the original, but there we go. I think that's all as it's meant to be now. His jetpack or backpack, all good. Good. Then it's showing to rotate the arms. I've already done that. Chest cavity comes out. Ah, look at that. He actually does come with his own little matrix. I'm not going to pry it out of there. Just because. It also doesn't look like the traditional matrix, which again is something else that made the show unique. Head up. Rotate that, put it back down, and then fold this back up and tab that in. There we go. There. Then that just comes down, and then we take his legs and they slide on here. And there's Ultra Magnus, Robots in Disguise, Ultra Magnus, HasLab style. Yeah, it's showing up the matrix there. What else am I missing from the instructions? Oh, okay, yeah, and then it goes on to show how you can equip Bluebolts onto Magnus in all various different ways, which, you know, I've talked to death about, so I won't show all of them. We'll just take Bluebolts as she currently is and just attach her to Magnus. So, I believe that if you... Oh no, you can't rotate those because they're pegged in. Right, I think it's the thumbs. The thumbs peg into here. You see what I mean about this being cumbersome? Maybe it's this. Can these move a different way? I mean, you get the idea. That's definitely how they're intended. You plug his thumbs into these red bits, and he holds it in front of him, not like that, but like that. And I think you do have options to like attach it to his back or something. Oh, hang on, I can rotate that around, and that. Oh, does it? Oh no, the joint doesn't line up exactly. I reckon you can probably reach that. It's too much effort. I'm better off trying this when I'm not streaming. Yeah, you get the idea. Ultra Magnus and Bluebolts. So Ultra Magnus, again, he's a lot more stable than his 2001 counterpart. I'll probably do picture comparisons of the two off stream at some point. Very posable, very big, so he's got a good elbow joint. Not ratcheted or anything, it's just friction joint. Same with the shoulder. Yeah, the shoulder rotates there. The original made good use of ball joints, so he'd have very movable shoulders. You've got like an elbow rotation there. Hands open up for reasons that we'll get into for Omega Prime, although we've seen it already. He can actually move his hand down like that as well, because they're on a little ball joint. That didn't seem to be a problem for the vehicle mode, so I don't think it's for that. It might come into the Omega Prime thing later. Don't know. He does not have a waist rotation, because how could he? Because these pieces are the only thing that's holding together. He's got a very tight ball joint on the head though. Can look up a little bit, can't really look down, and can look left and right. His legs, long as they are, very short thighs. So he's got a nice knee kick there. Yeah, very, very bendable knees. Wish I had those. Thigh rotation, an incredible spread, but you don't really need to do it. And now, whereas the original had kind of static feet, this Ultra Magnus actually has an ankle tilt, complete with heel, which again is a bit strange, but there it is all the same. Now, I think this is where we come into the wait, did I go there? No, that can't be right, that'd be... Oh, no, yeah. Okay, so I think I can figure out how you put him on a display stand. Yeah, okay. Well, first of all, let's take this off. Put it there. There we go. That's Ultra Magnus in robot mode on his display stand. You use that additional piece to give the stand some height, and then you kind of position him on it like that as all one display piece. Very excellent display piece, I should say, which I think might have been one of its primary aims for this set. But I mean, come on, it's a transformer. So it's not there to be looked at. You got to convert it. You got to do it. You see it in all its different modes. Well, yeah, there he is. There's Ultra Magnus. We will move him off to the side, and I will bring Optimus Prime forward. But I think I will have a little break. I'm 2 hours in. It is 8:30, which is my normal break time. I could just use a drink. I could cool down a bit. I've got a delicious sweet pastry waiting for me as well. So I will see you all in a little while, I think. Probably won't be that long. I'm itching to put Omega Prime together, but... Ugh. clicked on the wrong scene. Alright. Back into the fray. Let's take a look. Oh, I realise with Ultra Magnus displayed there, I can't really use the... You know what? Let's move him away. He can stand up on his own. He doesn't need the display stand. Alright, here we go. Here's the main man, Optimus Prime, as a radical fire truck. Notice how it says Cybertron on the side there. That is because, in Japanese continuity, the Cybertrons are the good guys. So it means Cybertron. I mean, you could look at it two ways. It's Cybertron because he's an Autobot, or it's Cybertron because he's from Cybertron. I've always loved this alternate mode. So you do kind of have to suspend your disbelief, like the fact that he's got a super mode head as like a water gun turret, or laser turret if you will, just kind of sitting there. It's just very obviously a spare head, but you can kind of see past it by just the sheer awesomeness of everything else. It's a fully working ladder as well, with 4 firing missiles in there as well. And you've also got a little hose here. Do these still fire out at the push of a button? No, I think you move them manually. So you've got those, and they're on individual little movement things as well. So you've got real range of motion with those, with these hose things, like that. And while we're looking at this side of Optimus Prime, this is where Cerebros has a little bit of extra things to do. You get him into a kind of seated position, and he can sit and operate the ladder. There he is. Cerebros, confirmed firefighter. Yeah, very cool. So the rest of the ladder, obviously we saw this earlier because I moved it about a bit, can extend like that, but then it also extends. See, I don't want to. See, this middle bit also extends. But I'm wondering if I have to push a button to get it to work, or if it's just a bit tight. No, there we go. Ooh. It's a big old thing. Look at that. Almost corner to corner with my backdrop there. Now on the original you used to be able to push a button that would flip the missiles up, but I think for this one you have to do it manually. It's fine by me. There we go. I don't mind that they're not automatic. Literally fighting fire with fire. Shoots a missile, blows something up, catches it alight, and then comes and saves the day. Excellent fraud scheme, if Optimus was that way inclined. Sorry, Space, I just realised you asked for a quote. I love the sound of my own trumps. April last year. Wow. So these... I don't think these fire, or do they? If they do, what's the button? Oh no, they do not fire. They just slot in. But I suppose if you had them, you could have like a blast effect part that would like show it shooting out of the missile bay. Otherwise, well, actually, I suppose that could also double as like some kind of baton if you wanted to use an entire missile as a melee weapon. Yeah, they just sit in there like that. That's out a little bit further now, I think. There we go. So put those down like that. Right, I think we've inspected Prime's vehicle mode long enough. Why don't I make such a pig's ear of that? Let's resume what we started earlier before that surgery segment. And we'll turn his core robot, well, into a robot. Yeah, I've got to be careful when pulling this bit out because this like wheel cover might snag on something. Yeah, see, some of it is just like the original, which is why I'm kind of guessing my way through here. Alright, I just saw that this white pit at the back holds his foot down. There we go. So, I mean, Ultra Magnus may have legs for days, but Prime also has legs for days, but mostly in the calves. Very chunky calves. They thickened his thighs as well to kind of make that look a bit more natural. But really, they thickened up the thighs so that they didn't look too unnatural for the Omega Prime mode. Thick Thigh Prime. Okay. Then... might have to refer to the instructions to the arms because normally they would just slide down. I'm not sure if that's how they work this time. The head is of course back here. Then of course the moment of truth, this is the bit that I fixed earlier. Or adjusted earlier. There we go. Yep. Almost no resistance at all, which is what I wanted. Because before there was a risk of too much resistance there and it would have caused stress and cracking on his abs. So yeah, the operation was a success. Oh yeah, his arms do slide out, okay. So now that I've done that one, there we go. His hands, there we go, they click a little bit when they get out there. It would be nice to turn his hands around. Let's just use this to help with that. I don't think it matters which way his hands are facing when he transforms, but I would prefer if they were facing forward. There we go. There is Optimus Prime, core robot. GG, thank you, Space. Ah, man. I think, you know, but out of everything, I knew that Optimus Prime was going to be my favourite of the set, because I'm a bit biased, but I also just think, like, it's just so cool. Like, he has an optional larger mode on top of being able to combine with his bro to become yet another mode. He's got all the toys. Also, they did increase the size of the Optimus Prime as well. Like, if we take the original Omega Prime here, like, he's not that much bigger than Optimus Prime. He looks taller here, but that's because the camera's at a lower angle. Me looking at the shoulder height, like, that, there's not much height difference, especially if you take off the original Bluebolts as well. But yeah, we'll have a real comparison between the Omega Primes later. Yeah, if I was to compare both the Optimus Primes, this one would be bigger. The Super Mode is obviously bigger by extension as well. But yeah, he's just really cool. A really cool core robot. The enlarged hip and waist and thighs don't bother me at all. It really is a modern revision of one of my favourite childhood toys, and so it's got that nostalgia hit for me as well. It feels great, it looks great. It is a shame, again, I'll stop going on about it, but it is a shame that I had to do what I did here, but, you know, it wasn't that big of a job. It was okay, I got it done in the end. Yeah, I would definitely much rather have done that and reduce the risk of anything breaking than assume it was fine and then find that it's broken, you know? So we'll have a look at his base mode in just a second, but first we'll of course look at the range of motion. So head, actually we didn't, can we look at the head a little bit closer? Not really, because my phone can't look that way, but if I do that, then there we are, perfect. There's his head. Our golden-eyed boy. Interesting. This leg doesn't have ratchets all the way around. Some of it is friction by the sound of it, whereas this one, friction all the way. God, I hope there isn't a problem with this now. Yeah, his head can look all around. Again, he's got a little bit of a ball joint. He can't really look down that far. Can't really look up that far either. Good shoulder motion. Shoulders can kind of go back a bit, but it does pull his pecs with it. So not entirely practical. 90-degree elbow bend. Rotation at the elbow as well. And we've seen that the hand can rotate around. No up or down movement. There. Waist. He does have an ab crunch of sorts. That might be partly because of the joint inside there having to move for the transformation. But you know, the fact that you can do it is still pretty nice. Yeah, so we've already looked at the hips. 180 degrees up or down on the hips. Yeah, he's got a pretty good spread. Nice ratcheted clicky joints, which is something that the original was lacking. It was mostly friction based. Or the ratchets would extend too far, so you'd have him posing a little bit awkwardly. They seem to have put in more teeth here to give him more dynamic movement. Feet can rotate and go up and down a little bit. Yeah, the heels are a bit floppy. I didn't even notice that one had tucked back in. But I mean, yeah, I mean this alone is just a great version of Prime, and yet there's still so much more that we've got to look at. So the base mode, I don't know how much of this I can figure out for myself, or if indeed I should even figure it out for myself. I'll give it a try. Yeah, all this is the same. Oh, excuse me. Oh, wow. That's right. Thankfully, a lot of this is modular, so if it comes off, it's meant to come off. Okay. Start with this bit, so... Ah, that's different. There we go. Cool. So yeah, again, the head kind of sitting in the middle there is perfectly normal. Fold those out and bring this out with those forward, those little googly eyes. Micro tentacles maybe. Then didn't look at the instructions at all for this, but it seems to be going together the way the original did. I will sneak a peek at them and see if I've missed anything in just a second. Yeah. That's the one that I know. Is base mode. Or artillery mode. I couldn't think of the word. Alright, I'm just having a flip through the instructions to see if anything is done differently. Oh, so apparently for the base mode, this bit actually flips up like that. Cool. Oh, these bits at the back actually come up. And you have the fingers here. Almost with the fingers acting as extra little missile launchers or something. Don't know. Where did that go? Did that come off? Oh my god, I think it did. That is missing off that side. I didn't even notice. Is it... Do I have it? Is it around here? Did I knock it off when I was... How strange. Or is it... Oh, no, it's this piece. It latches onto two different points. So it's either come off here and attached here, or this one has attached here and come off there. Or they are meant to be asymmetrical like that. Could be the case. Depends if there's a metal pin through these or not. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it wants to give, so... Yeah, I don't know about that. I'll see what the instructions say. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, yeah, they do rotate on different bits. Okay. Well, then why is it implying that they came apart? They weren't together anyway. Okay, sure. Yeah, okay. I mean, we get the idea. So next, we will put Prime into his super mode. Which means taking all this apart again. Yeah, that bit tends to come off before this bit. There we go. Let's do the feats first. Yeah, okay. Nice. Got his big old boots on. He looks really weird like that. Gotta pull that out. And then this will go over his hand like so. Yep. There's a big left hand. A big right hand. This bit I'm gonna revert to the instructions again, because the chest does work differently to the original. Why did the instructions have to be so big? Okay. So what is different about... Oh, well, for one thing, we put the head away. Like that. Oh, it's on a little sliding joint there. Didn't even realise. Close that up and fold those down. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we... Hello, Sarah. Thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing? What were you playing today? Welcome to a rather different Wednesday stream from me, but an exciting one. Well, for me anyway. There we go. That bit in there. Then it says to pry this off somehow. Hang on. Need to look at the instructions again. It's a Sarah raid. Still Wakes the Deep. Ooh, how was that? I think I own that one, but I haven't played it yet. Or I have intention to own it. One of the two. Oh, why did I throw the instructions on the floor? Yeah, so extend the upper body by just a little bit. And then apparently the whole backpack can just pry off. Low battery, my phone's not charging. Come on. Trying to get my phone to charge. This cable, as I said, it was going wrong. Can't tell if it's charging. It might die. Oh my god, you can swan off as well. Oh my god. You played the DLC that came out for it today. Nice. It was good, just shorter than expected. Only 2 hours, but enjoyable. Nice, nice. No, that's good then. A good 2 hours of your time. Yeah, thank you so much for raiding in. You catch me about maybe 3/4 of the way through an unboxing. This is a HasLab collectible revision of a character called Omega Prime, who I have the original of here. It's just made using, remade using modern engineering, modern materials, stuff like that. Some different tweaks here and there, and I'm just figuring out what's different. But I've been loving it so far, and I'm just trying to figure out what to do next. I'm also concerned if my phone might die, because my phone is currently my camera, and my charge cable is going a bit bleh. Right, that's the bit we're on. Okay, see how that works. I'm just going to go and jiffy the cable around a bit and see if that... was intentional. This is just me trying to pick up the phone and get it to do what I need it to. Yeah, so annoyingly I can't... It's not telling me if it's charging when I've got this camera set up on. I don't really have a backup camera, so maybe we'll just have to see how we go. Right, so this whole section... Oh yeah, it comes up like that. This bit moves like this. Oh, interesting. Like that. So it all kind of rests on these two pieces, and that stops it from sitting too low or too high. That's good. Yeah, and that looks correct. Then, the shoulders. Do the shoulders extend out? Oh yeah, they do. Okay. Like Okay, good. The rest of it might be straightforward. He says. See a tab around on the back of his shoulder that plugs into. Doesn't want to reach. There we go, that one worked a bit better. Oh my god, why? Okay, I think we got it. There we go. So we've got his shoulders. And then it's this bit. So... yeah, we get that assembled like that. Sort the head out. Clips onto the front like that. This bit comes down over there. Put these bits down. Okay, I think we're there. Can't tell if his neck is meant to slide forward or backward because it's on a little sliding joint there. I want to say it's backwards. Forward, sorry, like that. But there we have Optimus Prime in his super mode, which I was always a big fan of. Any robot that can combine to make a bigger robot is a win in my book. That's why I like the combiners so much. But this one also carries, I don't know, such majesty. Like this is like I like the is it a bandolier? The kind of look across the chest there. He does seem to be wanting to wobble backwards a little bit. I think that might be down to this, but he has no like extra heel support to speak of. But I think you can fix that by just rotating this to be on the side, which I think is one of the orientations he had in the show. Yeah, that actually makes him a bit more stable, so that might be the way I do it. Nice. Oh, it's very nice, isn't it? And then again, if we lift this up, we've got this little matrix in there that I think is removable, but I'm not going to remove it. It's just another thing to go missing. His little pistol can, I guess, be stored. It might have an official place to store. I haven't really seen it in the instructions. No, doesn't show. Oh, no, it does. It does show. It comes on the back. Well, I suppose it can be either side of the back, but there's a little tab here. There we go. Somewhere to keep it, which this version doesn't really have. Right, well, there we are. There is Optimus Prime, but then who is Optimus Prime without his brother, Ultra Magnus? So let's get these display stands, put them next to each other, and stand the Autobot brothers side by side. There we go. Ah, they really do look great. Really incredible. Let's just bring it forward a bit. There we go. Noise. Still can't really see if my phone's charging. It's got no way of telling me. They do look great together, which I think it's probably part of the point. The fact that they're brothers in the show. Oh yeah. Something they kind of lean into in the show is that Ultra Magnus on his own is pretty fucking badass. Like, he can take out all the Decepticons at once, or all the Predacons at once, whereas Prime needs like some extra armor to get it done. So they are kind of equals in that way, in that regard. But yeah, it's so nice seeing them together, and then looking on the camera and seeing this kind of slightly lower angle, kind of mid-range angle, just makes them look even better. Wow, I do wish I had some like rotating platforms, so that I could just push a button and they do this on their own. Again, these are a little bit dorky, but they serve a purpose, so I don't mind. Right, well, we're not here just to see these guys. We're not here just to see Cerebros, Ultra Magnus, Optimus Prime, and Bluebolts. Oh, there you go. So if you imagine Cerebros is meant to be the size of a human, average human. That's how big Optimus Prime is by comparison. Love to see it. I might do a quick BRB again, because I don't want to run the risk of my phone running out of charge. This cable has clearly had its day, but the good thing about it is that it stretches all the way to my computer, so that's why I've been using such a long cable. I will see. I'm just going to see if I can find another cable or find some way of getting the phone to work without this cable that's going wrong. And once I'm back, we will combine these guys into Omega Prime. So go and get yourself a drink or something else, something a bit stronger, a bit of whiskey or something. Other drinks are available. I will see you all in a bit. Okay. Good news. I was able to find a very long extension cable, which is now plugged behind my desk over here, and I've taken the charger that's in the bedroom to charge the phone here, because the cables wouldn't reach otherwise. It's a shame, because my longest cable, which is kind of universal, I can plug it in anywhere and be able to reach my phone with ease, it's just starting to be shit. So, shame that. Anyway, we got to turn this guy into the man of the hour, Omega Prime. But before we do that, I'm just going to grab another little box here. Another little pizza box. Oh, what's that? Dog fact. Oh, wait, no. Quote 1591. Even in death, I am triumphant. Correct. Dog fact. In general, smaller breeds live longer than larger breeds. Ah. We have in here what is called the Matrix Blade. You might think of it as the Star Saber of the Robots in Disguise continuity. But, yeah, I mean, get a load of this. It should go together quite easily. Just got to get these pieces out. God, I do not like how tightly they're packed in these clamshells, because I'm just worried that I'm going to flex the plastic too much and it'll break. Okay. There we go. I knew it had to fit somewhere or another. Oh, I've got a floppy end. Oh no! I swear this doesn't always happen. Oh, I think I've missed a bit. Oh my god, it's all coming apart now. I'm going to need this to pry this open again. There we go. God, nearly fell on the floor. Right, this goes in there, and this goes over the top of that. If it will stay there. There we go. So, big old handle, which is modular. Cool. I think it's modular in more than one place as well. Yeah. Which will probably come in handy later. Let's just put the pieces of the blade back together. And then there we go. So, there's the Matrix Blade, and I have to hold it quite far away from me to get it all in frame. Oversized weapon, how very anime. yeah. This was actually when the backers were pledging for the crowdfund for this. This is one of the things that unlocked when it reached a certain tier. I mean, they act like they wouldn't have done that anyway. They absolutely would have done. Anyway, I've placed that off to the side. For it is now time to make the Omega Prime. The instructions for which are on this sheet here, which I'm just trying to... wait, no, are they on here? Oh, no, they're not. Sorry, no, this is the Optimus Prime and out-of-the-box instructions, telling you how to get everything set up once you unpackage it. The other instructions are Ultra Magnus, Bluebolts, and Omega Prime. I do kind of wish that these were just instructions for Optimus, instructions for Magnus, instructions for Bluebolts, and instructions for Omega Prime. I realise that would have meant printing on more material, but I mean, it's probably the same amount of paper as this, just separated. You know. This is just so impractical to get through. But thankfully, because it's me, if I've seen the instructions once, I've seen them 100 times. So I should only need to look at these once. Okay. Omega Prime. Optimum Pride. Optimum Pride. Yes, here we are. So I'll lay these over here. That should be everything, yeah. So we're going to start with Ultra Magnus. Oh, sorry, Cerebros. Let's just sit you there. Okay. Slide his legs off first. Come on. Ugh. Come on, believe. There we go. Just sit his upper half over there. So this needs to come up like that, and then this comes up like that. Turn it around, this comes down like that, I guess. Yeah, okay. Yeah. This bit comes up and over. We've already extended the foot out. But now this whole assembly, what, like that, really? Well, it's like that for now. Untabbed it from there, yeah. Then this bit out like this. Unpick that. And then... Oh, is that... Like that, and then this... Oh, okay, yeah. Right, there we go. I think that's done it. That is an Omega Prime foot. So now we've got to do that for this side. Okay. There we go. That's those. Yeah, looks good. Then we take... Actually, no, we'll do this bit second, because that's like the head of Omega Prime. And for that reason, I'll take these golden ear pieces and put those over here as well. Sarah's still here, just de-streaming, so you're just listening. No worries, Sarah. I understand. Thank you so much for sticking around. Always appreciated. Right. So we take Ultra Magnus and we pull this down. That didn't sound healthy, but I think that's meant to click like that. Then... entire jetpack assembly up like this. Rotate the head around. Oh, and that goes up into that. Okay. And rotate this like that, I guess. Yeah. Oh, completely forgot. We've got to take his arms off. There we go. 1, 2. Right, and these bits. What are they doing? So, looking at it this way. Are coming out like that. And then these are rotating down. Okay, I guess we come back to that. Now we're coming here. And we're folding this down. Oh, is this meant to go up down here? Looks like that might be the case. Okay, sure. I think like that. This bit comes down, it's already down. These bits fold out forwards. And then these blue bits untab and come up like this. Oops. Maybe these panels don't clip into anything, but I think they're there to stop these bits from flapping back too far. Which is nice. Okay, next we're taking this and we're lifting up a very bold looking Omega Prime head. Let's attach the ears now that we're here. They're actually on very subtle hexagons, so they're not rotating that much, which is nice. There we go, there's his head. Didn't I say I was going to do this second? Too late. Let's get Prime sorted into his boots and his hands. Then half of it will be done. Just gotta offload his armor. I have seen like a fan mode where people have taken Optimus Prime's super mode armor and attached it to Omega Prime. But I'd have to look up the configuration, so I won't do that here. I'll do that in my own time and take some pictures or something. There we go. Oh god, no, don't do this. He's clasping very tightly to his chest. Oh my god, there we go. Okay, everything's fine. I think it was just a little toit. And then there's just these. pegs in at the back as well. Hold the phone. Oh wow, yeah, it pegs in like 3 different places. Okay. It should be a very sturdy combined form then. Yeah, look at that. The only wiggle is in the hip. That is a very solid boot. Right, and now we do that here. Oh, come on. Okay, there's Omega Prime's feet. Yeah, Optimus is already in the correct orientation for this, with the like half extended abs and stuff. Cool. So now we'll give him the Omega Prime hands. Which you plug Magnus's thumb like that, like they do in the handshake. And then we do that. There we go. There's an Omega Prime hand. There we go. That's... I'll take that off just in case. There's his arms. Omega Prime arms. Right, now let's finish off the top bit. Pop the head up. Next is to lift up this red section, if it will allow us. There we go. Not entirely sure what goes on with Magnus's head. I'm just trying to figure that out. Okay, this whole bit lifts up. Oh, it's on like double hinges, okay. But it lifts up, then... Ah, okay. You lift this up and put that underneath. Okay. So then does... Oh, I think Magnus's head is meant to face that way. So it's kind of hidden in here. Okay. Right, and that bit comes down on top of Prime's back. Okay. Folded that bit down. I think we've got it the way we need it to be. We've put the feet on, we put the hands on. Yeah, okay. To do what I did for the super mode. Put this on here. See, I don't know if this little peg is meant to tab into the back or not. The instructions don't really... Oh, something's meant to tab into the back. Oh god, right, okay. No, I think I've got that bit right. Do I? Right, I need to double check what I'm doing with this. I remember, again, this is something else that I find in the original. It's always a bit awkward what to do with Ultra Magnus's head. So it's like that, and then just up. Is it just up inside the... Okay. But again, like, where does this bit go? It's just in the way. It's fine, it'll go back on. For God's sake. Well, despite some stuff falling off, that's actually pretty much worked as intended. There we go. And then this comes down. Like that. We've got Omega Prime's chest. So let me just put these back on. Again, it's fortunate that all this is modular. Right, we're not quite done yet. We're looking at these bits now. Like that. take this and fold it up. Yeah, okay, I think they just sit there. Looks like it. Okay. Well, after much trial and tribulation, we have Omega Prime. Omega Prime superior compared to inferior. We will compare the two in a second. Next few bits are simple. It's just showing how to get him to hold Bluebolts and the Matrix Blade. So let me just put the absolute picnic blanket of an instruction sheet away. Okay, good. I will give it that. They fold away to a nice size. Well, yeah, I was talking about the majesty of the super mode Optimus Prime earlier. Omega Prime has just such a presence about him as well. So I'm just setting up the Prime base mode again, just for somewhere to have all the pieces. Oops. Where that's meant to go, but I'm putting it there anyway. Okay, now we can just put that to the side. And that's opened up the floor a bit, that's good. So yeah, I mean, again, you don't really need the display stand. Omega Prime holds himself up really well. Bluebolts attaches... well, now, hang on. Oh, I see. Okay. Do I see? I don't think I see. Yeah, that's not working too well because these bits, they like... You know, you apply any pressure here and they just sink inside the arm. Kind of hard to get them to press over something. Oh, actually, they can sit on here. They can peg into the tops of these blue pieces. Might just have to bring them closer to me to get them to line up properly. Yeah, excellent. That really works. And then let's have him hold the comically oversized sword, shall we? See, he does have some teeth in his palms that I think offer some grip. Yeah, the trouble is it's so fucking big. Okay, there we go. And he's still, even then, he's not holding it properly. Prime, dude, seriously. There we go. There is Omega Prime wielding the Matrix Blade. For shits and gigs, we will compare the two versions of Omega Prime. Don't really need the Matrix Blade for this, so let's just put that down. So, 2025 and 2001. God, you can really see the yellowing on the original now. I mean, not so much on camera, but it is there. If I move these, I can bring them closer. GG looks great. Thank you so much. There we are. So you can see how much bigger the new Omega Prime is. Yeah, I think certainly in the Transform redeems, this one will be taking over this one. I might even have a Transformer Omega Supreme redeem, like I've got Defensor in that. Honestly, seeing these two look together looks great as well. If actually this one does have an advantage over this one. So this new Omega Prime has a cavity here that I can just stick my finger in. So it's a bit gappy. This one completely covers it. You can see there, and there's nothing missing. It just it's just designed that way. But it's something I can overlook. Because it is incredible. It really is. And again, here's the Matrix Blade. Incredibly long. But I like that it's segmented to make it a bit easier to move around. There you go. So you don't entirely need him to actually grip it. You can just kind of stand and let him use his hand to kind of stop it from falling over. Yep. Definitely worth the year-plus wait for this to arrive. And again, there's just some excellent display options with this, for fuck's sake. The sword is a bit impractical, I will say that. But that's in the true anime style, isn't it? There we go. 4 hours. No, make that 3 hours and 35 minutes. Some of that spent performing some surgery as a precaution. Some of it spent having a little break, but nevertheless, a long old unboxing, and totally worth it. There's Sideburn, the only other Robots in Disguise 2001 character I have at the moment. Excuse me. Yeah, cool. I'm quite warm, I don't know about you. I think it's time we drew this little party to a close, don't you? Let's, I just need to shuffle around and dodge all these boxes that I've strewn everywhere. This would be so much easier if I had a chair that actually rolled where I wanted it to. Ugh. All right. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Yeah, there we go. HasLab. Transformers HasLab. Omega Prime. Whew. I wonder... I'm both excited and nervous for what the next Transformers HasLab might be. Because if it's one that I want... there's more money. And probably another longer wait. But if it's anything as good as this, worth it. Right, who can we go and bother now that we're finished? The Pun Hit Wonder is live, playing some Baldur's Gate 3. Oh god, my neck and back. Yeah, let's jump into the Pun Hit Wonder, shall we? I think it's been a while since I've visited Pun while he's been live. Oh, he's only been live for 10 minutes. Perfect. He's doing Baldur's Gate 3, first playthrough, Act 1, Paladin. Nice. So, very new to Baldur's Gate 3. We'll see what he makes of it. Alright, let's get that raid going. There we go, raid created. And there's your raid message. Please copy and paste these into the Pun Hit Wonders chat. That is it for me for the rest of this week, apart from the movie morning, which may become a movie night. And I don't yet know if it'll be on the Saturday or the Sunday. I'll try and give some kind of warning in the Discord so that you know when it's about to start. If you're interested in the movie, it's going to be Octopussy, the second to last Roger Moore Bond film. It's Octopussy, View to a Kill, and after that it goes into the Timothy Dalton era. If you're interested. Which means we're already 3 Bonds in to the total 6. Wow. Alright, the Pun Hit Wonder is playing Baldur's Gate 3. If I don't see you guys at the movie morning, I will see you on Monday for more Minecraft. Have a great rest of the weekend. Thank you, Sarah, and yourself. And all of you. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you again for that raid, Sarah. I'll see you all out there. Farewell.
Google here. Hi, my hat says a funny thing. It's a chicken with a in business business casual. So the phrase hot minute is, it has a double meaning.